Imagine someone smiles at you and says, "You're actually really attractive. I wasn't expecting that." You laugh. Maybe you even say thank you. But for some reason, instead of feeling confident, you feel smaller. A few seconds ago, you felt completely fine. Now you're wondering, wait, was that actually a compliment? That strange feeling has a name. It's called negging, and it's one of the most misunderstood forms of psychological manipulation. Because unlike obvious insults, negging doesn't attack your confidence all at once. It quietly makes you question it. What's even stranger, many people don't realize it's happening until much later. Hours after the conversation ends, their brain is still replaying those exact words. What did they really mean? Was I being too sensitive? Maybe they were just joking. But why does one sentence have so much power? To understand that, we first have to understand something about your brain. Your brain isn't just listening to words, it's constantly trying to answer one question. Am I socially accepted? For thousands of years, humans survived by belonging to a group. Being accepted meant protection. Being rejected could mean danger. Even though modern life has changed, your brain still treats social acceptance as something incredibly important. That's why one awkward comment, one strange compliment, or one subtle insult can stay in your mind for days, not because you're weak, but because your brain automatically starts searching for meaning. Now imagine someone says, "You're surprisingly confident for someone so quiet." At first, your brain hears the compliment, confident, but almost immediately, it notices something else. For someone so quiet, now your mind has two conflicting messages. One makes you feel good, the other quietly pulls you down. Psychologists sometimes refer to this kind of communication as a backhanded compliment, a compliment mixed with a subtle criticism. And that's exactly what makes it so confusing. Your brain can't decide, should I feel appreciated or criticized? That uncertainty keeps your attention locked on the conversation. You replay it, analyze it, break it apart, trying to figure out what the other person really meant. And here's where things become interesting. Not every awkward compliment is negging. Sometimes people simply choose their words badly. Sometimes friends tease each other affectionately. Context matters. The difference is the pattern. If someone repeatedly mixes compliments with subtle put-downs, especially when it leaves you feeling less confident, that deserves attention, because healthy relationships usually leave you feeling respected, even when someone gives honest feedback. Manipulative interactions often leave you questioning yourself instead, and your brain notices that difference even before you consciously do. So the real question isn't, did they compliment me? It's, why did I feel worse after hearing it? The answer begins inside your own mind. The answer begins inside your own mind. Your brain is designed to notice social threats faster than social rewards. Think about it. If 10 people compliment you, but one person says something that makes you feel slightly inadequate, which one do you keep thinking about? For most people, it's the negative one. Psychologists call this the negativity bias. Our brains naturally give more attention to potentially threatening social information than to neutral or positive information. It's an ancient survival mechanism. Long before social media, long before dating apps, being able to recognize rejection or hostility could help people avoid danger. Today, that same system still exists, only now, instead of protecting you from physical threats, it's reacting to social ones. That's why a single sentence can echo in your mind long after the conversation ends. Now imagine someone says, "I usually don't find people your height attractive, but you make it work." Notice what just happened. Your brain doesn't simply hear, "You make it work." It also hears, "People your height aren't attractive." The compliment and the criticism arrive together, and your mind starts trying to decide which part is true. Some people who use this kind of communication may be doing it intentionally to create self-doubt or to gain social leverage. Others may simply have poor communication habits or believe teasing is a way to flirt. That's why it's important not to assume every awkward compliment is manipulation. What matters is the pattern. Do these comments happen repeatedly? Do you leave conversations feeling less confident than when you walked in? Do they make you feel like you constantly need to earn the other person's approval? If the answer is yes, that's worth paying attention to. Here's another example. Imagine you've just finished telling someone about an achievement you're proud of. They smile and say, "Wow, I didn't think you'd actually pull that off." On the surface, it sounds supportive, but underneath, it quietly suggests they expected you to fail. Your achievement suddenly feels smaller, and that's exactly why these comments can be so confusing. They're emotionally mixed. Your brain struggles to classify them as either kind or unkind. So instead, it keeps replaying them, trying to solve the puzzle. And here's something fascinating. Confident people aren't immune to this. Even people with healthy self-esteem can pause and wonder, what exactly did they mean by that? Because your brain is built to analyze ambiguous social signals. It wants certainty, and when certainty is missing, it keeps searching, sometimes for hours, sometimes for days. The surprising part is that genuinely confident people rarely need to make you feel smaller to feel bigger. Healthy relationships don't depend on subtle insults. Real confidence usually sounds different. It celebrates your success, it respects your boundaries, and it leaves you feeling valued, not confused. So, how do you know whether someone is genuinely awkward, or whether they're slowly trying to chip away at your confidence? The answer isn't hidden in a single sentence. It's hidden in a pattern. Anyone can say the wrong thing. Anyone can make a joke that doesn't land. Anyone can accidentally give a compliment that comes out awkwardly. That doesn't automatically make them manipulative. But when someone repeatedly leaves you feeling confused, when every compliment somehow comes with a hidden criticism, when you start questioning your appearance, your intelligence, or your worth after spending time with them, your brain is trying to tell you something. Pay attention to how you feel after the conversation, not just what was said, because manipulation often works by making you doubt your own judgment before you ever doubt the other person's intentions. And that's what makes negging so effective when it is used intentionally. It doesn't try to destroy your confidence overnight. It slowly convinces you that you need someone else's approval to rebuild it. But here's what many manipulators don't expect. The moment you recognize the pattern, it begins to lose its power. Because confidence doesn't come from proving a stranger wrong. It comes from no longer needing their approval in the first place. The next time someone says something that sounds like a compliment, but somehow leaves you feeling smaller, don't rush to defend yourself. Don't rush to attack them either. Instead, ask yourself one simple question. Did this conversation leave me feeling respected or simply uncertain? That single question can reveal more than the compliment itself. Real confidence doesn't need to make other people feel insecure. Real attraction doesn't grow from self-doubt. And real respect never depends on keeping someone guessing about their worth. So maybe the most important lesson isn't learning what negging is. Maybe it's learning to trust the feeling your mind was trying to warn you about all along. Sometimes, the strongest form of self-confidence isn't having the perfect comeback. It's quietly recognizing your value and walking away from conversations that make you forget it. Because the people who truly belong in your life won't make you feel like you have to earn basic respect. They'll give it freely. If this video changed the way you think about compliments, confidence, or manipulation, subscribe. Every week, we explore the hidden psychology behind the conversations, emotions, and invisible mental patterns that shape our everyday lives. Until next time.